Alright, what's up? It's Vineyard and this is Tech on the Streets of Abuja. So today we're here with an Abuja-based product designer and his name, come on, why did I introduce you? Introduce yourself.
My name is Shater. I'm a product designer based in Abuja. I have a lot of experience working with foreign clients from Nigeria as well. So that's in the fintech industry, e-commerce industry, and just basically a lot of other industries I've dabbled in.
You don't already answer like 3 questions right there. Alright, let's just head right into it. For those that don't know, what's product designing? What do you guys do?
Product design, product design in tech, right? It has to do with designing digital products. So softwares, websites, apps, anything that will require users interacting with it that's a product that has like a digital side of it, then that's where product design comes into. So like your car dashboard interface, that is part of product design. Your phone's navigation, your operating system, product design. Websites, product design, softwares, all of them are all inside product design.
Yeah, that's dope. Why did you pick product designing? Because there are a lot of niches in
tech.
Why did you go for product?
Initially, I was in code development. So along the line, I decided to switch over to design because I applied for a job. And when I applied, initially the company uses React, but I was writing Vue.js at that point. So those are like JavaScript frameworks. So the company was like, okay, we don't have a role that can take you, but based on what we've seen from your design, we can actually get you as a designer. That's if you are willing to switch paths. So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem, that's fine. Get me on as a designer, and then that's where everything took off. So I just noticed that I was a lot better when it came to designing than I was when it came to like writing code and all of that. So yeah, I moved over.
Yeah, that was dope. So you had to relearn.
I had to relearn. I had to relearn a lot of things. Yeah.
See, life in Abuja is quite hard. Alright, that's dope. How do you market yourself? How do you put yourself out there?
Yeah, okay, so my biggest thing in marketing, when I first started the whole design thing, one of the key things that I really wanted to do was I wanted to create like an online presence for myself. So that was through Twitter, through like Instagram or whatever. So the main thing that I did was I started pushing out a lot of my things on Twitter. But then I wasn't just solely like, today I'm designing this, so I'll post it. No, the main thing that I was trying to do was I was trying to create an image that people can want to come back to see. So like, okay, today I post design, then under it someone replies, and then I reply, and then I follow the person, and occasionally I'll come back and tweet about like anime or tweet about music. So that way I've created the personality. So like, you are not just your main reason for following me is not because I am a designer. It's just because I'm a relatable person. So like I post about anime that you like, music that you like. That way, more people were coming back to my page. They were seeing my work, and then at the end of the day, the more people who come back to your page, the more people who view your work, who repost your work, you get put out more by the algorithm. So like that, my page kept on like getting pushed out, and that was because of that, clients kept seeing my work, and then people would see, they're like, oh, I saw you design this, I'm trying to work on this project, how much do you charge, come and do this work for me. And that's basically the way I've been getting a lot of my clients. And like I also think there's the fact that I commit a lot of my work that I do to God, to my religion. So once I start work, I always pray about it, because you don't know how far that's going to take what you are doing. So yeah.
That's what's up. You use the 2 principles. You use social media, and you use the principle of catching attention to get to keep what. Yeah, he uses that to keep people, and then he also commits it to God. That's calm. You know, anything you're doing, you have to commit it to whoever, to the deity you serve, and that's dope. All right, so in your niche now, because obviously there are a lot of big fishes in the whole product designing. How do you, when you see them, how do you feel? Because I know mostly the only, not to sound rude, but like, because that's how it is also in cinematography. It's the people that want less, or that have less to pay, that come to, let's say, a beginner or an intermediate. They hardly go to the experienced people with that kind of amount. How do you cope with? How do you balance all that, knowing that there are bigger fishes in the sea? How will I get clients and all that?
So the thing is like there's a level of starting that you are going to be at, right? That you automatically know that, let's say, like for example now, my first year, right? the clients that I was getting, a lot of them were like, oh, my friend's brother said he wants to do website, I should come and help him. Those are the type of gigs that I was doing. And like, you need to understand that it's like a learning thing, right? So just because you are here right now, your main thing is that you should focus on your work. A really popular designer said something on Twitter, Dan Moll. He was like, you can't control what the client feels, what the people feel. The only thing you can control is how good your work is. So regardless of how much your client is paying you, whatever, do the work well. I've had a client that was paying me like less than my minimum, but then just because of how well I did in that job, I got another opportunity that paid me a lot more. So that's the thing, like, it doesn't really matter. It can seem really intimidating that, oh, someone started this thing the same time I started with. The person is making 1 million now. Me, I'm still collecting 100K. Like, it will look like that. It will look like that because that's how the industry is. Some people are just on different levels. But you just need to constantly remind yourself that, oh yeah, I need to improve. I need to make sure this work that I'm doing, today, whether I'm collecting more money tomorrow or not, my work will be better tomorrow than it was today. And like with that mindset, before you know it, you are going to get to the point where those big fishes you are looking up to and you are feeling you are there already. Yeah. That's the thing, yeah. Consistency.
That's okay, that's dope. So how much on an average do product designers earn, or how much are you going to look at? Do you guys charge based on your work? Mm-hmm. Do you charge based on the client? Because some people, even if their work is not good, if they see the client and they're like, okay, this client can pay this amount, yeah, they'll want to charge that amount and their work will not be good. But how much do average product designers charge?
So there are three factors to consider in that, right? So the first one is the client, is the person, the product designer relating with clients abroad or in Nigeria. Second is, are you doing freelance? And then the third is your work, how good you actually are at it. Because most people will tell you that their freelance pays them significantly more than the actual salary. Because at the end of the day, if you have a full-time role in Nigeria, at the highest exact at the
next question.
at the high levels, right, you are going to be making like at the medium level, sorry. So you're at the medium level at a medium company, yeah, you are going to be making like 200,000 a month. If I look at high levels at a medium company, you're going to make like 400,000, 600. Then when you now look at the top dogs, like the really them piggy vest, those guys. When you look at those guys, those are the guys that pay like 700, they pay like 800. And then you now look at people who are working abroad. Companies abroad, right, they would much rather, because their standard for a standard price, standard payments per year, you are going to pay your designers like 70K at least a year, dollars.
So that's per month, like 1.350.
That's the thing, right?
350.
That's the thing. Mm-hmm. If you are looking at it from a Nigerian perspective, that's a lot of money. But 70K abroad, it is good money, but it's not mind-boggling money.
Yeah,
you get?
It's just to keep you stable.
Exactly. So they would much rather come to Nigeria and pay people 35,000. That's the thing. So imagine a company is like, oh, we can just get Nigerians to pay guy 35,000. They are not stressing about 35,000, but come to Nigeria, 35,000 in Nigeria. Yeah. That's why a lot of people that I know that are big in tech, they're like, I don't see the point of moving abroad. When the money I'm earning in Nigeria, if in dollars, it's not much, but in naira, like, you get, that's the thing. So as I mentioned, 35 is a fair estimate to assume somebody's earning. Some companies, based off of how much they are prioritizing you and your work, they can pay the regular price they pay the actual people in US. They can pay that to you here. Some companies do that. And then the last thing that determines how much you're actually going to end up charging, how much are you going to end up making, is how good your work is. For example, now there's a certain confidence you can have with giving prices that your work will back it up. Like for me now, ever since I started doing my brand, like, I don't expect a client to go through my website, then you now check, I'll now send you my contract, you now see my Twitter, my work, and then I will tell you the price and you complain. Like, at that point, I'm not even going to continue the conversation, because there's a certain level that I hold my work to. that I feel there's a certain price that my work starts at. You get, and a lot of times the only people we actually going to have those issues with. I saw someone complain about it on Twitter like yesterday or so, that Nigerians that are in UK trying to hire people in Nigeria, they're the ones that used to stress people most. I've not run into them, Sha. I hope I don't. But yeah, there's a certain skill level you reach where you can just call prices. And then if somebody turns you down, that's their loss, because you know what you are giving them.
Yeah, you know your worth.
You know your worth. That's the thing. You know your worth. There's a pride. You have to be proud. That's in this industry. You must be proud. If not, they will cheat you. That's a very big thing. Yeah.
That's calm. All right. So far you've been a freelance product designer, right?
Yeah, I've been doing freelance.
Have you ever thought of working with a company?
Yeah.
To be on a salary base?
Yeah. I worked part time for about 5 months last year with the company. Yeah.
Just remember that. So, which one do you prefer? To work with a company on a salary base, or to be a freelancer? Which one? How do you weigh it? I've made significantly more money from freelance. That's the thing. Like, I think my freelance to work to part-time or whatever role is like almost 10 times safe. That's the thing. So the biggest issue comes into play with the fact that we're in Nigeria. A lot of my the large chunk of the money I made from freelance is foreign clients. So if I was to pick a foreign full-time role, I would do that over freelance. Like, because at the end of the day, when you are going to be making money from like those guys, and then if it's an active company, for example, now the company I worked with was a design agency. I was there part time for like 5-6 months, and then there was constantly work, so my hands were constantly busy. If I was getting a foreign job that was, would keep me constantly busy, then I would take it. Because like at the end of the day, the money is going to be good, and then my time is going to go somewhere. That's the thing. Yeah. So, but if you gave me the option to continue the freelance that I'm doing right now, or go and work at a Nigerian company, freelance. I'll take the freelance. Yeah. All right. So you've been a product designer for roughly over 2 years now.
Yeah, roughly over 2 years.
Roughly over 2 years now.
Yeah.
What's your advice to those that want to come into product designing?
Well, my biggest advice for anybody that wants to get into product design is get ready to be able to sustain yourself with something that's not product design. Because the biggest thing is that with the way the market is right now, your first 6 months, either the amount of prayer you have to pray before you get a job, like it can happen, but you will pray, because your first 6 months, that is a very crucial learning period. I think I do this thing where if I'm going to a new thing, I give myself 6 months. If within 6 months I've not seen success in it, then I move on to something else. So that's what I did. I went into product design full time. That was like October 2022. Then by February I had made my first 100K. So you see how long that thing took. And in that period, I was constantly working. So like I was doing workforce. I was working for a company, and they were not paying me. It was just free. The guy told me that, this work go in your portfolio, and I was like, no problem, that's fine. After that February, I didn't see money again. I decided, okay, no problem. I went to work for my friend. He was building an app. That one, he told me straight, the most I can do, I can pay for your Chicken Republic. like once or twice. Let me just buy, let me just buy you food. That was the most. And like, I didn't mind, because the app is live now, and now like I tell people, I designed an app that's on the Play Store. You get, so it's like you have to get ready to, and all this time, don't say that you're not paying me, so I'm not going to do serious work, because you have to work. That's the thing. You really have to work, and then put yourself out there. Don't say, like that thing of building in silence. Don't do that thing. Like, you shouldn't avoid that thing at all costs. People need to. This industry is very visual based, right? So they need to see what you are doing. They need to actively this guy is doing, and then apply. Like, go on LinkedIn, even if the role is a senior role and you just started 2 days ago, apply. Just they apply. And I think one of the biggest things for me is also, like on Twitter, right, you can see a lot of CEOs of companies, like really big tech guys. Don't be afraid to like just send them a message, how far, but don't DM them straight. Go to their timeline, tag them, and then say, what's up, can we have a quick like 5-minute conversation? Because that way, because if you DM them, you're going to get lost in the thousands of DMs that they have. They are not going to answer you. So you need to just find a way to grab their attention that's not a DM. And like that, just like make small talk. Because the same way you used to vex when somebody is coming to ask you about for money. That same way these guys, they used to vex when new designs are coming to come and disturb. So like add spice. If you check their page and saw okay, they watch football, they're an Arsenal fan. Tell them, oh, how far that last game, that type of just as per packaging, package.
Don't jump straight.
Don't jump straight. Just
Design,
like
design.
just make sure everything. Like there's one guy that's one of my closest friends now, the confident designer on Twitter. He reads, but whenever I go to his DM, himself he knows now. Once I go to his DM and I want to ask about design, I always start with, how's your wife? How is business? Also, like I just want to like let's gist after like 5 minutes of gist, and I'm like, so there's this thing. You know, I'll be like, I know that's where you're coming from. You get, yeah. So there's a way you do it, and like this industry, you have to make friends. Like if someone that's starting with you, yeah, person, how far, what's up? Let's connect now. Let's share ideas. Let's brainstorm. If I say we can work on one project later, that type of thing, because you need to have those connections. They'll help you honestly a lot. So yeah, that's basically all.
That's dope. Like this guy has cleared everything you need to know. So basically, in general now, you're just saying, firstly, your portfolio.
Yeah.
Secondly, don't have the mindset of, okay, I'm just starting, so I need to make a lot of money.
Nah, you need to
build up yourself.
Yeah.
And also your connections, like your link.
Yeah.
From this person, you get to know this person. That's also important.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so we're on to the 60 seconds with Shater, the product designer. And, don't just stay. It's gonna be lit. All right. So this is 60 seconds with Shater, the product designer. So basically, you have 60 seconds to answer the questions that are here as fast as you can. Just this. All right. Has being a product designer affected you in any way? And if yes, what way?
Yeah, a lot. Like I can't go to a website and not instantly ask, oh, what color are they using here? What's the font size? What's the font as well? So yeah, just in terms of my design thinking, once I see a website, I just start wondering all these things. So yeah.
If you were to have a redo on everything, will you still choose product design?
100%. I'll still choose product design. If I could go back with the amount of knowledge I have right now, then I would start doing a lot of things earlier than I did. But yeah, I'll still pick product design any day.
So far, who has been your worst client and why?
My worst client was, I won't say his name, but it was my best friend's boyfriend. Because he has still not paid my developer till now, and it's been like a year plus. So
how much do you charge for a design?
My base fee for just a one-page landing page is about 120. So yeah.
Who is a product designer you learn from or that you look up to?
My biggest inspiration in terms of design and character is the confident designer. His name is Noel, but his Twitter handle is the confident designer. He's a designer from Nigeria as well, from Port Harcourt.
All right, that's dope. So that's 60 seconds with Shater, and we're out.
Yeah.